we know what game we came here to talk about this week. We know the game everybody wants to talk about this week. And as long as Alabama and Tennessee handle business in their first game of the week, the game that's going to go down in Coleman feels like a title fight. Like straight up, this feels like the game that's going to determine who's going to be the SEC regular season champion. That's Tennessee against Alabama. Right now, it's neck and neck in the SEC standings, and it's an absolute fight. Both these teams also in the top 10 when it comes to their KenPom ranking and their net ranking. Great defense for Tennessee with an efficient offense, outstanding, unbelievable offense for the Crimson Tide. This is going to be a heck of a basketball game. Tide also got one of the best top 5 according to KenPom home court advantages. Christian, go for it. I know you want to talk about this game. Dalton Connect, Mark Sears, let's talk about it, man. This is a heck of a game.
Yeah, I'm actually going down to Tuscaloosa on Thursday, so
I
I'll
don't
be
blame you. Go for it. This is a game.
well. We're going, and I'll talk about this, but we got some crazy stuff going on at Crimson Crossover this week. But no, I think yeah, before before the Kentucky game, I was fairly confident that Alabama was going to beat Tennessee, like straight up. After the Kentucky game, I pause a little bit because I need to see this team learn how to defend the basketball. And I know they've done it at times this season, but it seems like every time you take a step forward, they're taking 2 steps back. At this point, Alabama dropped 30 spots in KenPom defensive efficiency just because of last night's performance. I think they lost like 2 points of efficiency. And I need to see this Alabama team, and obviously getting Latrell Wrightsell back, I think will help a ton. I think getting Wagee back from his suspension will help with the front court depth. I just need to be able to see this Alabama team respond to physicality. And they haven't done it this season. Obviously, they beat Mississippi State, which is a physical team. They beat Texas A&M, which is a physical team, but they don't have the type of offensive efficiency that a Tennessee does, right? And so for Alabama to have success in this game, they need to be able to, 1, defend without fouling. Well, first, 1, defend, 2, defend without fouling, and 3, not allow a team's physicality to determine how they're going to play the game. And you've seen that at times with Mark Sears and the guards, which are the catalysts that make this Alabama team go. They, in big games, tend to have more turnovers. Last night, Estrada and Sears had 11 turnovers combined of the, I think, 16. That's just not something that is going to be a successful thing for Alabama to have if they want to, 1, win the game, and then 2, make a deep run in March.
Yeah, I definitely with you. Defending without fouling is just a big one in this game, especially in that front court portion, because they have multiple dudes who can rebound that basketball and get in there and make points in the paint happen. Jonas Adu and Awaka, when they combine together, it's a great tandem in the front court. Maddie, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that was going to be my key to this game. Like I haven't said in a while, so I'm going to say it here. Free throws win basketball games. If Alabama decides they're going to step their defense up and be able to defend without fouling, I think they're set to win this one. But unfortunately, Tennessee has some great free throw shooters. I think it's going to be a very physical game. Alabama's got, like you said, some key pieces in there that give them the opportunity to defend the ball well against Tennessee. But I think it's going to come down to free throws. That 2-point difference in KenPom, I think, is going to be made at the free throw line. Which way does it go? I'm not really sure. It's another one that I could probably flip a coin and be confident in whichever answer comes up, because Alabama's offense against Tennessee's defense for me in this game.
So I'm going to point out a couple of key statistics that I think are going to matter quite a bit in this game. First off, the big question is, if Alabama gets rolling on this Tennessee defense, can Tennessee's offense keep somewhat pace with Alabama? They're averaging just under 9 3-pointers made per game on this Tennessee team, and they move the ball extremely, extremely well. This team averages about 17 assists a night. When you look at 3-point field goals made per game in the SEC, Tennessee's the number 3 team in the conference, and that is also with Santiago Vescovi kind of having off and on nights for this team as well. So the question is, can Santiago Vescovi get going along with Dalton Connect and along with Triple J? can those players make a contribution in this game? So that's going to come down to if Tennessee, if Alabama's going to have how well Alabama's rolling on offensive side of the ball against Tennessee. I think that's going to be the catalyst point, is just who's going to be able to keep pace on the offensive end. The other stat that I just want to kind of point out when it comes to this Tennessee team is most people think defense when it comes to Tennessee. This team is also a top 25 offense in the country. This is a much improved. This team does not go in droughts the same way. A lot of that has to do with Dalton Connect and his ability to get a bucket when this Tennessee team needs a bucket. And so I think shutting him down is going to be a key defensive point also in this game for the Crimson Tide. All right, guys, title fight. Who we picking? Christian, go ahead. It's not like you're obligated by what you do for your pick.
So my gut says Tennessee. I'm going to tell you guys that right now.
Yeah.
My gut says Tennessee's going to win this game.
You want me to give you number first?
The what?
You want me to give you what the computer says first?
I presume they're going to say Alabama's going to be winning just because.
Yes, they do. They say that Kim Palm has this game 84-82, Alabama by 57%.
Yeah. So my gut says Tennessee, but my heart says Alabama, and I can't go against Alabama in my heart. So I'm picking Alabama.
My heart has led me astray a few times in my life, Christian, but I totally get where you're coming from. Maddie, who do you got?
My heart's led me astray a lot with Arkansas. So I've decided just to completely discount any feeling. I'm going to go Tennessee with this one. I think their defense is just going to be too much for Alabama's offense on this one.
I'm going Vols. They were my pick. I have been mostly right on them so far. They have played down a little bit, like Christian said. They have played down to a few opponents through this course of what is the easiest portion of their schedule so far this season. But this team is battle tested. They've played some tough opponents, and they've played just like Alabama, some of the best teams in the country. They've faced Kansas, they've faced Purdue. They've faced some serious competition on the road too, like Wisconsin, which is a great environment up in the Big Ten. So I think this is going to be a heck of a title fight between these two. Home court's going to play a lot, but I'm going to go Vols in this one. It's going to be, I think that score is pretty darn close to right. I think this game is going to be just a couple points, the difference between these two and this one. So I'm going to go Tennessee and this one. Christian, you said you got a lot, man, going on for Christian Crimson Crossover this week happening in Tuscaloosa. What's happening? What's going on with Crimson Crossover?
Man, so we're actually filming a podcast tomorrow with Richard Hendricks. He works for SEC Network, former Alabama legend. So that's going to be coming out Tuesday. And then we're actually filming inside Coleman Coliseum Friday night.
Nice.
So we got 2 podcasts coming out this week. We're trying to get Jay Billis on the podcast. Don't know if that's going to happen. And then we got media credentials for College Game Day, and we're covering behind the scenes College Game Day for Crimson Crossover, which is for people that don't know, College Game Day has never been to Tuscaloosa for a basketball game. So this is a historical moment for Alabama basketball. On top of that, obviously going to the game Saturday. So it's a lot of opportunities, a lot of content going on over at Crimson Crossover. So if you guys want to follow that, be sure to do that. Don't follow me because I hate when people follow me, but you're more than welcome to follow Crimson Crossover.